2 construction videos in one day. Cool. So, been quite a day around here. I think the guys came out before I got up, about 10 or so, and finished the rebar work in the ditch, and then went and did something else because the first concrete truck showed up about 1 o'clock or so, and sat. The driver stayed in it, just sat there for an hour before any workers showed up. And then they came piling in and brought their concrete pump over and placed it basically right down below where I am now. And you can see now the mud is in the ditch. Foundations. Really simple. Dig a ditch, fill it with concrete. Now while you're digging it, you have to make sure the bottom of it's the same level with a surveying transom and a stick. You set it up someplace and shoot your first shot and have somebody carry the stick through the rest of the ditch while you raise or lower the level of the bottom of the ditch. It's not rocket science. Hate the air conditioner. Oh, it's right behind me in the room here, and you can frequently hear the dehumidifier fire up. In a perfect world, I would have an audio video studio separated from the house that does nothing but audio video. It would be a structure within a structure, and then the sound structure inside that structure, and I would have complete control over all light and sound. I'm not that rich. Shadows make some of this look bad, as if it isn't square and stuff. Well, can't really say that it was a good job of putting the mud in the ditch or a bad job of putting the mud in the ditch. It's just about the same as anybody ever does. Dig a ditch, put concrete in it. It's not a high-skilled task. And I'm just trying to get some video roll here so that I can use it in the future. Use little clips out of it here and there and put together a montage, etc., etc. Give it to my landlord when we move out over this project. Don't want to be this close to somebody else. If we wanted to be this close to somebody else, we would have rented or bought a condo or be in an apartment. I just can't do that anymore in life. Too many late nights in some of the apartments Pam and I lived in of neighbors raising hell and fighting next door, and the cops having to come at 1 a.m. in the morning. And then lo and behold, one night somebody's car horn just started blowing at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was so mad I opened that door and looked straight at my car and went, oops, that's me. Had to run out, jerk open the hood and pull one of the leads off the horn real quick. God, don't know why it did that. Put it back on the next day, it never did it again. Didn't replace anything. But that was an interesting night. So I was just flying the foundation here for kicks and grins. Like I say, just generating some video for use later. And playing with some new settings on the drone and getting used to using the drone again. I'm still getting the tilt on the gimbal. When I want to go down, I'll accidentally push up until I notice it and then go the other direction. Just little stuff like that. I haven't used it in a couple of months. The more I use it, the more it'll all just become second nature. So there it is, front 2-car garage and a house behind it. And a septic tank behind that up higher on the hill. Don't ask me. I didn't do it. So now I'm just trying some altitude and placement over the field to try to figure out where I can take a shot every day, like right here at 57 feet or whatever. And I'll make me a little mark right over it. And then I'll try to go take a shot right here every day. And then just put them together at the end of the project and give them all like 3 or 4 seconds apiece. Just watch the house go up. The wet place right in front of me in the gravel park is where they had their concrete pump. I'm gonna have to forget about that porta potty. It's just there. Just gonna have to get used to it. Whoever rents it pulled it up, put it right there, make it easy for them. Didn't consider anybody else. This would just be easy for them to pull up once a month or once every 2 months and suck it out and leave. Not really that easy for anybody else. Poor old boys have to walk a long way to get to it. And when they start throwing dirt clods and stuff at it, when somebody's in there, they'll have to throw them so far, they'll come past it into our yard, whatever. Sure got the place alligatored up all on the first day with only 2 concrete trucks so far up here. When the trucks start coming in with the block, the building materials, it's going to be a mess. Pam trying to run from the picture again. Nobody was doing the 90-degree on the gravel. I don't know why they put that at such an angle. Everybody's having to cut the inside. Hasn't rained too bad lately. After several days of rain, that's going to get interesting. So there were 2 concrete trucks. I have no idea what the yardage was in each of them. If they balanced it between 2 or had a full one and then needed more. I think they were ordered as 2 because the second one backed all the way out from the road. He stopped on the road and backed into our driveway and backed all the way up to had his front bumper out of our driveway off the asphalt right down here where these 2 big sunken places were. And he sat there for a half hour, 45 minutes while the other concrete truck was being unloaded. So right there where that sawdust is where they had to cut one tree earlier this week before they could actually get the driveway put in. Noticed a little jerkiness in the video from this morning. I have to see what that is on the drone. I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to say anything right now because I don't want to make this complicated. It's supposed to be a little fun flight. The landlord came up yesterday and put up those 2 poles and the red tape because everybody was coming up through here with their vehicles. Well, sure, it's easier. I'm not going to drag the bottom for the people who use their sedans to go to work. So the little drone stops about 2 feet above the ground, or if you go below that, it'll jump back up. So because this goes up, I was just trying to fly it up the driveway and see when it decided that it needed to go up to keep from hitting the ground. Even when I stop like this right here, it doesn't really pop up. This drone does have obstacle avoidance on the bottom, but not on any of the sides. So if you buy one of these, you need to sort of be careful at first, or have some drone experience, or you're going to fly it into the ground quite easily. For beginners, I sort of do recommend a drone with obstacle avoidance, front, back, right and left, and bottom and top if you can get them all. Let's go look in these people's window. This is the front door. Those are my cacti and other plants. This is to illustrate how hard it is to actually look in somebody's window. And if this was buzzing outside there, oops, a little too close on the left there, scared myself a little. If this was buzzing outside, people would immediately come to the door to see what the hell's going on. And I've got to watch out for the ceiling. And what's in front of me. So there's Pam's office. Whoops. There's Pam's office straight ahead behind the blue couch. Too much glare to see, I understand. TV's over on the left there. Kitchen window. Wife. So that's a tour of the work that was done today, and making up a little video roll for use in the future. I decided to test something here real quick. If the gimbal is pointing down or anything less than straight and level like it is right now, and you land, I was trying to see if the platform automatically raises the gimbal up, which is what I thought it did. So you go down, down, down until it gets to about 2 feet, and it'll stop. If you continue to hold the stick down, it will land. And I can see now as it goes into land mode, it does lift up the gimbal. Thank you all so much.